All right, everybody. Monday Night League is live. Week 2. We've got special guest, Bubby Bub Bub, in here with us. This is absolutely his name. And tonight we've got Brother Bears versus 15 Fast. This is the classic game of Pierre versus Hardy. Who can int harder? It does lead to Vision, though, and Vision wins games. Yeah, absolutely. What are you guys looking forward to, Mike? Let's start with you. What are you looking forward to in this matchup? All right, so we have, yeah. Oh, wait. You want to hear something really sad? Nobody heard anything you just said.
Yourself?
Yeah, truly, truly iconic. Now they can hear what you had to say.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Nice.
All right. You sure? We live?
We,
Are we live?
oh yeah.
All right, sick. I was just saying that I think it's going to be a bot lane duel. I think the top lane is just going to be an island as usual, and we're going hard on the bot lane.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Same thoughts, Bubba?
What am I excited for? I haven't really seen. I'm excited to see because I haven't watched too much of like Fatty or Tust play. I think I saw them somewhat recently, but I didn't. I only watched some of the highlights. I didn't actually watch the full game. Full disclosure. So I'm excited to see both those guys really play. And yeah, I mean, I think the bot lanes are definitely going to be hype. I definitely think that they're going to be a little bit more exciting. But I think most of the bot lanes this season actually look really, really good. I think this is one of the few times that I think everyone's on board where it's like bot lanes look good, which is nice. So, but yeah, I think I'm excited for those. And then kind of back to Fatty again. I'm excited to see what nonsense pick Fatty's gonna pick out. I have some insider information on some of his new pickups, but I don't think I can say them live on stream. I kind of have to wait to see if he actually picks them. But he has a long list of weird like AP mid laners that shouldn't be playing in the mid lane. So I'm excited to see what he picks.
Yeah, and I was actually looking at his op.gg. And
What's he running? Still on the AP Sedge?
I have seen a bit of the Ivern in the mid
Yep.
lane, which is
That's a pick
very
he's playing.
interesting. But he's got an 82% win rate. Like he's not trolling on the chin.
Stats
He's
don't
winning.
lie. Stats don't lie.
No, Fatty doesn't really troll. His picks look troll, and then he does fine. Yeah. I mean, his stats aren't bad. Yeah, playing a little Callista, fun.
Yeah, he's been.
We do have
switching
we do
things
have a
up.
little sub out in Pierre's team, right? So Jimothy is out this game, so
Oh,
I think
true.
that could be interesting.
Who do they have as his replacement?
I don't know if that's official news yet. It might be a game time decision.
We love those.
Game time. Jimothy is playing.
Timothy is playing.
I've been
How fun.
informed that Jimothy is playing, and you know what that
well.
means? That means Silver is in this game.
You never
Oh,
know what's gonna happen.
He's back to his old name. How nice. All right.
He is in fact
see.
Jimothy 26.
Let's see.
He's
Yeah,
been playing a bit of
cool.
Nautilus, a little bit of Nami. He really hasn't been playing the game much. A lot of air.
Playing all right.
Hey, sometimes you need a little tea break. You just step away, then you come back, ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, ARF's good because it's good to practice face twirling your keyboard.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. If you can play on Earth, you can play normal. You know, that's how it works.
Yeah,
Very
if you can dodge a wrench.
I have heard if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a Nautilus Q. That's Cam's been on the Cassante grind. Mike, thoughts, concerns?
Everyone has. Everyone has.
Yeah,
I think
true.
he's just a standout pick. It's very good. Helps you roam, but he's just really hard to play in a team fight because he is surprisingly squishy once you pop ult. So
Yeah, I think of him as like a pretty nasty little lane bully, but
yeah,
I think
he's very good like into tanks, but also like if you get counterpicked as Cassante, not fun as I got to do against the Gwen.
Good lord. I just opened the
the Sam Twix matchup in the jungle is gonna be a battle.
Oof. The 32% win rate, Elise.
I mean, that's tough, and that's most played. Jeez, Sam, you gotta retire that one.
Yeah, 28% win rate overall in solo duo. It's been a tough.
Whoa,
tough.
Hold up! I thought mine was bad. What the fuck?
It's been a tough season start for Reclads, brother.
Is it really? Oh, poor guy.
That's tough. It's
Not
really
far
tough.
off. Good, I have not been winning either.
One more game, he's back in gold. Jeez.
Yeah. Back with the plebs.
The plebs.
What's Twinkle been playing? Caitlyn, Twitch, Ezreal, Zaya. Yeah, he's playing the meta. That's good.
Right.
And I feel like that's kind of what that bot lane's going to be. It's just going to be kind of comfort picks. Jeez. 13 games played, 85% win rate on Leona. He's won some games on the most useless champ. He's been carried by his team.
Is it useless if you win?
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. It's still within margin of error. He's only played 9 games. One more game and it'll even out win rate.
Who's that, Hardy?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And
Does Hardy get gold?
while I'm on the topic, throw that one up there on the screen. Hardy has not hit gold yet.
Oh, guys, I haven't been subscribed. Hold on.
Wow, Bubba, fake one.
That's fucked
Tough.
up. That's tough, guys. Really sorry. Just figured out this whole Twitch Prime thing. All right, thanks for the sub, me.
Put that money back in my wallet.
Hardy's been getting on the Amumu train a little bit here. I see this. It's new.
I think Amumu is perfect for him. I think it's... Yeah, we was talking last night because we had him as a sub. He was going to play Amumu jungle. That was a good ban by them. But I like that he's going to flex it in as support. I do think Amumu is just better than Leona right now.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot Sam has a second account.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a second account. He's got 20 Smurfs. I got like 3 of them on here.
Yeah. I don't have that many on here. I know his main account's like plat usually, and the other ones are kind of like gold, silver Smurfs that he uses to play with people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's about right.
Ooh, Axiom Arc on Ash. That's interesting. Okay, back to important things. What has Twix been playing in the jungle? Is it strictly been Maokai Fiddlesticks?
I feel like he's been a little on the meta.
Yeah. He's got some Udyr games.
Yeah, he's got a pretty obnoxious tough pool right now. Like I wouldn't want to go up against like Udyr, Mao, Amumu, Fiddle. Like all those 4 I just think are so obnoxious and tough to play with.
Yeah.
Or play against, sorry.
They are really frustrating to play against.
And it's really tough to burn bans on jungle. Just
right.
not.
Yeah, especially with the rest of his team. Like Pierre, I feel like is decently bannable.
Yeah, I'd get rid of Pierre's Singed. I think Pierre's Singed is pretty nuts. I think that's probably his best.
It's also just a mental thing. Like you think about the Singed, you know? It's like once it's in there, you're like, oh, I gotta kill the Singed.
No matter what, it's going to be an obnoxious champion for you to have to deal with.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole goal of Singed, and Pierre does a great job at being obnoxious.
People who play Singed are playing a different game. I'll say that.
100%. 100%.
And he's got a good win rate on it, so
Yeah.
he's doing what he needs to. His Zac is spooky too.
He accidentally locked in Singed bot lane. We won bot lane earlier today.
It just it'd be like that
7 hours ago.
Among Us Pizza? What has this lad been up to? Not registered at op.gg. That's awkward.
Whoa.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
This is a new OP.
Oh, no, they did change their names, didn't they?
AP12.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna buy his next name change, and he's gonna have to stick with that for the rest of his career. I'm actually a little over it. But thank you for the. It's abbreviated now. No, no one's gonna. I'll get him a good name.
Yeah. He's doing his thing. A lot of ARAMs. He's been playing Major
like
Spot.
I noticed that he played a couple Major Spot, and those can be scary.
That is a very, very, very easy way to tilt Hardy.
Yeah.
Just pick something off meta that's kind of annoying to play against as a mage or as a engaged support.
I will say it is unfortunate, or fortunate for Hardy that I feel like mages right now are actually a little bit weak in bot lane. Like I think Seraphine's still super solid, but I don't think it's as dominant as we don't see as many Ziggs or Karthus or anything like that. I think they still can be played, but I definitely think it's a little less common.
I think it's more that Engage is just really strong. I feel like the tanky supports are pretty unkillable for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also a good point that we have started to see a few more tanky boys coming back, which I like. I think it's more fun.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think anyone can play a fucking Nami and just sit behind their ADC and just kind of coin flip games that way. Yeah. But I think it takes a little bit more of I don't know. I would rather have an experienced Alistar than an experienced Nami.
I mean, that's how I got to gold. I picked Karma and I sat behind my AD carry and I let them win the game. That's just.
And honestly, I think you can climb really fucking hard and really high.
Well, it's like consistency versus risk. If you have the Engage, you feast or famine. You either get the kills or you're in. And you're playing a mage support, you're just always gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's do a quick pivot and talk about the games that happened earlier this week. We had Let 'Em Cook versus the Bunyan Bandits. Did you guys both have an opportunity to watch that one? That'd be.
Yeah, that was the crazy one. That was comeback of the century. Oh my god,
I heard about the backdoor.
It's worth watching the game. No idea how they pulled it off, honestly. They lost Soul. I don't know what the stat is. I was going to look that up. What's the stat of a team getting Dragon Soul and losing the game? It can't be that high.
It's not that high. But I will say it is the classic British blunder,
True. The old 3-item quick blades.
The old get ahead and throw to people who are really far behind you.
We also had Vel Cosby. I watched the game back looking for some highlights, and the guy was 0-1 at 20 minutes. 0-1-0. He didn't he was just farming the whole game and then came back with a triple kill.
That's some Twix gameplay if I've ever heard of it.
Yeah. But that was crazy. And then you had the Provoker backdoor. The team just lost a team fight in 1 second, but Provoker was there to kill the Nexus. So who wins the game, Yeah,
it's all that matters.
Do you guys happen to know the gold deficit on that game? That comeback?
It wasn't that bad. It was the whole time I was watching, they were only 400 gold down at 3 drag difference. It was a little nutty.
I don't have the total gold difference on here. That's not one of the stats we keep.
Sorry.
I mean, I guess I could summation it real quick.
But it was close the whole game, even though the what team was it? Let 'Em Cook was just losing everything.
Oh, it ended up in 1,000 gold diff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah. It was a tight game.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And then the other game from earlier this week was the Rubber Duckies versus Wee Woo, which I think was that last night?
That was last night, yeah.
Yeah, that was another banger of a game.
Solid game, definitely.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Al this season so far. Very impressed. Even though his
Al's
team
played.
didn't manage to win.
Yeah, Al's been a tough player to kind of handle and to play against. I think it's a classic rec league thing where I think his Caitlyn's good, definitely, but I think sometimes, and I've been on the other end of this, where you try to like pick someone else's champ or like close out someone's champ pool, and one time and you don't use a ban, but instead you use the first pick, and a lot of times I think that actually goes negatively because a lot of like even in chat we were kind of like, okay, both Squid and I are very well versed Caitlyn players, like we both know what Caitlyn's looking for. A lot of times when you go up against like tougher players or like players that know how to play that champ, it's of course going to be a little bit tougher. But I still think he played a pretty phenomenal pick. Yeah, when I picked Lucian, and that was a classic. I picked Tristana against like Donald one time, and that was just like no good. I still played both those games okay, but like definitely wasn't like as comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the not as comfortable pick, and then also the counter, not the counter, but the knowledge of what someone's gonna do. You know.
Yeah.
I love when someone picks my champ. It's like, oh, easy counter.
Right.
That game was the Baigoon Maokai dominance. Is that bannable? You think
Yeah.
the Maokai?
That is bannable. Up and coming.
That's very bannable.
It's crazy because
yeah.
his top pool's so good. Because like
It is, yeah.
it's Shen, Mordekaiser, Maokai, and Garen. Like that is such a tough pool to ban.
They're all just unkillable. What are you gonna do? I know, like, I think the Alawi pick is I don't remember the draft if that was a blind pick into Baigoon. I feel like that's a good pick usually into his pool. It just went poorly.
Yeah, the early gank from Hardy really set up a strong top lane for Baigoon there.
Yeah, Hardy played pretty solid that game for being a sub. I actually think he played like a perfect sub game where he didn't like carry or like pop off or do anything too crazy, but he also didn't like int.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Which
did
is,
his
like,
job.
He did his job, and that's exactly what you want from like a sub. Like you don't want them to like hard carry or like shit on everyone, but you also don't want them to just like lose the game for you. I thought he played like exactly what we would want him to do, like collectively.
Yeah, I don't think either team could really look at that and be like, oh, it was the sub diff.
Right, which is always nice.
Yeah. All right.
That was a fun game, and I think that also showcased Pierre's Singed and made it look very bannable too. Or no, we didn't play Pierre. I don't know why I'm thinking that. I was thinking my first game. I'm blackout. I'm gonna shut up
Already before the game even starts. Oh jeez. So tonight we've got Bubba on the cast for the Brother Bears first 15 Fast. We had a little bit of talk about it earlier. Bubba, are you excited to cast this one?
I'm very excited to cast this one. I'm absolutely hyped. I think that again. I think I'm really excited to see what Fatty's gonna pick. I'm excited to see, and in contrast, I'm excited to see what Luca plays as well. I think that mid lane matchup could be pretty fun. And bot lane we're definitely gonna be watching a lot. And then I think it'll all be good. I think all these games have been like pretty sick and pretty hype. So I think that there's like a slim chance that this one isn't. Like I would be shocked if this is like a wash one way or the other. I think these are pretty even teams across the board, but especially these ones.
Yeah, I agree.
We haven't had like a stomp so far, right? Like every game has gone the distance essentially.
Yeah, I think all of them have been 30 plus minutes.
Do you have the leaderboard up? I think we do have.
There's like one team that's 0-2.
Yeah.
There was one game that was less than 30 minutes, and it was 29 minutes. 29 minutes 59 seconds.
Just like I also feel like a lot of like solo queue games have been going like 25-30 minutes also at the minimum. So maybe just the state of league is long, but it seems like they've been close the whole time.
Yeah. Average game time's probably around the 39, 40 minute mark. Whew.
Which is also interesting because I don't think we've seen any team pick like a early game team comp like with the intent of hyperscaling, off of early kills. Everyone's kind of played conservatively. Usually don't have first blood for a while, so.
That is something that
Interesting.
changes throughout the season usually. Kind of as the season goes on, teams like get comfortable where they're at, and they're like, okay, now we can start ending, and they go for the early game comps.
Well, yeah, you're feeling out the teams. You know, your first matchup in the round robin. You just kind of want to play and see what they're going to pick, and then you get an idea, and oh, maybe we can exploit this, later. So definitely understandable. It's just been interesting. Every game's a banger. But I'm just looking at the win rates right now. The best is just three teams have 1 win, 0 losses. We got two teams with 1 win, 1 loss, team with 1 loss, and a team with 2 losses. So obviously, we don't have that many games, but tight pool so far.
Yeah, and I don't think this has been updated yet for some of the games this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, because there's no way there's only one team with 2 games played. It's literally impossible. Um, Next week we've got 15 Fast versus Wee Woo Wee Woo. We've got Rubber Duckies versus Let 'Em Cook, and then Tom Holland versus Bunyan Bandits. Mike, which game you looking forward to?
I mean, I'm looking forward to my own making Jordan 03. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking for.
It's everyone's
But I
goal.
think exactly. Keep that number at 0. Um, I I like the what was it? We will 15 fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a good matchup too. I'll put that as my game of the week.
All right.
I'm definitely excited for that one too. Obviously because I'm in it. But I'm excited to see the Bunyan Bandits versus the Tom Holland, because I think that the Bunyan Bandits are a pretty solid team that are the only team right now that's 0-2. But I think that they're really good, and they're going to be like really hungry trying to get some wins here. I think so. I'm excited to see them like really pull out all the stops to play that.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a classic grudge match of Mike versus Johnny in the top lane. Like
True.
Mike versus his son,
That'll
you
be
know.
funny. Oh man, that'll be.
It's just gonna be a drop gloves. Junglers, don't even think about coming up here. We got some business to talk about.
No, it's Cassante versus Set, just 2 dudes beating each other in the
dudes.
top lane. Just
Good
swinging
old hockey
fences.
Twix, is your
Oh
team
my
2-0?
God. And we were verse 15. Is that we were 15 fast, or is it no?
Yeah.
Rubber Duckies versus Let 'Em Cook. Sorry, I think that's the most balanced game for this upcoming week. That's the one I see that's going to be the closest. And because I said that, it's going to be a blowout. But I really do think it's going to be close.
Yeah, it should be fun. But nice. Very nice.
Who's excited for Aurelion Sol this week? Finally get the boy back.
Oh, dude, you got to be careful in the top lane against J-Cam now that Aurelion Sol's out.
I know. He's got his little furry back.
Yeah. You know how he gets about those furry champs.
He loves them.
Loves them. That's why he plays Set. A little bit of feather furry going on there.
I just don't think the game needed another infinitely scaling champ. I think we got to cut those out, not add more.
Yeah,
That's so fair.
I like the idea though. It really gives him the feel of being the all powerful dragon thing. I don't know his lore. It's just he's a space dragon, right?
You made the whole thing. He's kind of god.
Yeah, he's like in lore. According to the lore, he's like the god. Like he just like is the strongest. Everything. It's like
Wait, I thought
him-
Bard was God.
Bard's a close second. I was about to say Bard's up there, but Bard has less he's got less vision, I guess. Like he's just out like trying to spread his music. He's just like I don't know.
He's
He's
the
just
vibes.
like some AGR looking motherfucker, and then Asol is I'm gonna say Kanye West, really.
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus!
We get the stream demonetized. Come on,
Instantly demonetized. That's it.
Thinks
Thanks,
he's
Bubba.
God. Just thinks he's God.
Bubba.
Next thing you know, he's gonna be talking about Jewish space lasers on stream.
That's kind of what Aurelion Sol is, but
Oh my goodness. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and kill the stream, and then Bubba, you can take over in a few minutes when the game starts. But the game will be at 9 o'clock.
Perfect.
All right.
All right.